Okay, we've got something old, we've got something new, and if I can get my Tacoma in here, we'd have something blue. Let's get on topic. Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and you are watching another great episode of Bike Showcase. Head to head, remember, not tip to tip, competition. And once again, I'm joined by my co-host, Brandon Van Leuven. Brandon, how the hell are you?
Very well.
Nice. How was your vacation?
A very relaxing one.
Good.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's nice to have those once in a while.
Sun, a little beard.
Yeah.
All right.
Heck yeah. Once again, we're at Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix in Goodyear, Arizona, because it's where the cool kids hang out, and me. And today, like I alluded to, we're talking about the classic design steel frame of the 520 versus the new design of the Checkpoint aluminum frame. But this is the new design for 2023, the new forks. It's got a dropper post. It's got some interesting stuff to it.
Yeah.
How the two match up, what is right for you, and to bid a fond farewell to
it is.
one of the longest production runs of a bike for Trek bicycles.
That's correct. The comparison's a bit moot in this case because unfortunately this might be the last 520 that we ever see in the shop. It is going away. It is our longest running bike, as you mentioned. Steel frame. This is the cross-country touring bike.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like maybe just that segment of rider is gone. The guy that rides interstate. I think that's going away. I think they're gone. And
it's an endangered species at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately, because it is a beautiful bike, but it is a good comparison because that bike can still do what this bike does, and vice versa, but we just are not going to have the option to purchase something like this anytime soon, or I should say in the near future.
In the near future, yeah. And I tell you what, guys, if this was a 56, I'd probably buy it. Like, that's how much I like this bike.
Buy it before you, because I had all this opportunity to buy a 520, I never did, and now I can't find one in a 56. And that, truthfully, I would rather have that bike as my gravel bike. I'm not going to tour. I'm not going to put bags on it, but just the classic steel, the nice ride quality of that bike to do my gravel rides. It's just a more traditional feel to me than the Checkpoint would be.
Yeah, and again, not taking anything away from the Checkpoint or the engineering or design, features that went into that, but there's something about this very nostalgic. Hell, even if I could find a 58, I would drop that post down further and just do something to make it work. That's how much I love this, the feel of this frame.
And even though this is a dinosaur, this is like the best version of the dinosaur until the comet hits.
Yeah, I love that. This was the pinnacle until they got wiped out.
Exactly. Tubeless ready wheels and tires on it. It has a hydraulic disc brake. Excuse me, it has mechanical disc brakes. Again, for when you're out there.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's start from the front and work our way back. Like a thing. You're getting excited.
I'm getting excited.
Calm down. It's like it's first date. No, I'm joking, guys. So let's start with price. We have
just under $2,000.
Okay.
Just under $3,000.
Just under $3,000. Okay. So about $1,000 difference. And again, that's not unheard of when we're comparing an older design steel frame to a newer design aluminum or carbon frame. But now, as we go front to back, this one has a rack already for the front, but not one for the back, but you can easily mount one. It's got the mounting points and everything.
The bike was designed to carry a lot of racks. It was designed to carry a lot of weight.
Yes,
yeah.
Which we'll get to when we talk about frame material and everything and how that steel settles in. These are going to be, what, the 650Bs or whatever, or these 29ers?
700.
700C, okay. Sometimes they're so close.
Yeah.
Goddamn tire size. We did a video on tire sizes and all that good stuff. We'll link it up top. And even at the end of that video, we couldn't make heads or tails of all the different ones.
It's not easy anymore.
Now, hydraulic, mechanical.
Correct.
Now, I would say, though, for the touring and everything, mechanical would be the way I would go and choose, just because if anything were to happen, you have better chance of fixing this out in
that's why they
in
did
the
that.
shit.
It's low maintenance. It's a low maintenance system as compared to the hydraulic.
Now we're both going to have Bontrager rims on these. Neither one of them are going to be carbon rims. Not at this price point. We do have the newer. Obviously, there's not friction or index shifting down the tube, but they both have the STI integrated shifting. Now this one has Shimano. I can't see.
It's GRX.
It's GRX, okay. And this one has Shimano GRX as well. So they're evenly matched when it comes, and I do like that GRX group. That's a great all-terrain multi-purpose group. Now, when it comes to our forks, we have multiple mounting points. The difference is this is going to be a bladed carbon fiber. This is going to be, again, that traditional butted and formed steel.
Right, and what we're really saying, you know, it was an interesting choice that they just added to the front rack on the 520. This guy is going to use more like the dry pack.
Right.
Instead of having a rack on the front, I could see more dry bags.
Right, on
the
either side.
instead of a rack.
Right. That's definitely a Wyatt thing. Wyatt
kind of a
Goodfish
Wyatt
thing,
thing,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm more the rack guy. The dry packs are more a Wyatt thing, though. And there's nothing wrong with that. At that point, it comes down to personal preference. Yeah. Now, as we move back along the frame, we see everything's externally routed, nothing fancy.
Again, for ease of maintenance on the trail, so it's easily accessible.
Different mounting points, but here, when we come over to the checkpoint, we have a lot of different mounting points on the top, underneath, sides, for bags, just about anything you could possibly want to mount, you could do it on this frame with ease. And this one has a dropper post that's, 60 mil on the travel on that dropper?
That, yeah. Integrated into the shifter, which is super cool.
Yeah, very nice as far as that goes. But on this bike, you're not going to have any dropper post. Not even a hope for a dropper post.
No.
P&W doesn't even have a dropper post. They have an external one, but not one that'll work with this. Now, as we come back, we're going to have mounts for the bags on both bikes.
Correct.
Now, as far as our bottom bracket and our setup here, we have a 2x. Here we have a 1x, and the 1x is indicative of the way people ride these days as far as our gravel and our touring and everything like that. Although, Path Less Pedaled, give a shout out to those guys. That channel is awesome, and the Bikepacking Network. They have a lot of bikes that are still 2xs, and they love their 2xs. Again, to have that, you know, again, they're doing a different type of riding.
It's a different type of riding. When you're loading down with maybe up to 100 pounds of gear, you really need that lower gearing that you can't get from a 1x system.
No, you just absolutely cannot. So, and then as we finish back, you know, we're going to have mechanical brakes back here, disc brakes, hydraulic disc brakes back there. The GRX derailleurs, which in my opinion are bulletproof out on the trail. I've put them through the paces. They're really, really good. I haven't had any issues with that group set. Yeah. I call it the 105 of the gravel bike world. Seriously, it is. It's tough as a coffin nail, in my opinion. Now, when we talk about the frames, though, and this is going to be the biggest difference, a good steel frame is comfortable. It is super comfortable and will just be so much more comfortable than the stiffness of the aluminum. And when this is weighted down, it has a tendency, guys and gals who do any type of touring or anything like that, no, it settles in. And it almost makes it more
and the bike rides almost better and nicer with a heavy load on it. That's the way the bike was
That doesn't
designed.
include my fat ass. We're talking heavy load, the bags packed and everything, not just my fluffy, chunky ass. So, but yes, one of my first road bikes was the Rally Team Edition that was steel with a Shimano Dura-Ace, and that, just the comfort level on that absolutely blew me away. Yeah. And you're not sacrificing a lot of weight. And at that point, I'd rather take the extra comfort than the few ounces I'm going to lose on the weight side of it. So these are actually, again, very evenly matched. Price aside, very evenly matched bikes for two different generations of a similar style riding.
Right.
New school, old school, as far as that goes.
I would say that.
So, so in closing here, I mean, Brandon, is there anything else to add? I mean, we've covered this pretty quick. I mean, we had two similar bikes, not a whole lot of differences. Right. Saying goodbye again to a classic and ushering in the new school. Right. What would you like to add?
Yeah, so this person is going to be more of the, obviously that gravel riding and packing in is the new word. Right. So this is the guy who's going to go take this bike on the gravel road, maybe camp a night or two, and want a little bit more performance per se out of the bike, a little more lively feel out of the bike, and that's what you're going to get from the checkpoint.
Right.
Again, this guy is probably going away, unfortunately. Yeah. That's that interstate guy.
Yeah, this is the interstate or the fire roads or something like that, multi-service for long distances. And it's funny, Brandon should say lively. The last two times I've been in the Skyline Regional Park area, I've seen guys out there on their checkpoint. I mean, it's definitely a checkpoint, and so you know they're getting after it. And Skyline's got some fairly gnarly trails.
It's what people want now.
You assholes. I'm joking. You always got to mess it up for us old timers. So no, I'm joking, guys. Each to their own as far as that goes. So, all right. Well, there you have it, guys. two great bikes for two different styles of riders, covering generational, as far as that goes. And at this point, we ask that you hit the like, the subscribe, and the bell notification icon. It helps out the video and the channel immensely with coffee, park passes, and gas money. We have some links down below. Trek Bicycle Store of West Phoenix being the first link.
Also add for links for?
Okay.
Salsa, Surly, and All City.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
want a bike like this still, you got to go to
Surly,
those guys.
yes.
Surly,
Yes.
All City especially. I think Salsa has something like that, but they're still going to be like aluminum or carbon fiber. But still, they're still trying to hold on to
They
that a
are.
little more.
Well, and I think the Fargo too would be good, even though the Fargo is made for a 29er.
Yeah.
I think the Fargo's a good
There's
option
still
for
options
that.
on there. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Trek's not going to give that to you.
No, they're not. We'll throw those links down below, and maybe something good to talk about year end.
Yeah.
The different bikes and manufacturers and what's coming in 2023, like we did last year, coming into 2022.
Yep.
That being said, the link for Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix is going to be down below. If you have any questions on anything you've seen today or any other day, give Brandon and his crew a call. They are amazing. They'll be more than happy to help you. We have our social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. It's the devil's work, but it's necessary to get the word out. This is the day-to-day affairs of Get Out Arizona. This is where we announce our group hikes and group rides, which you guys are more than welcome to come and participate in. Whole lot of fun, I guarantee it. And on that note, be kind to yourself and others. Be amazing stewards out on that trail. And we have to ask, what are you waiting for?
Get Out Arizona.
Yeah. We'll see you on that next adventure. Take care, everybody. Brandon, thanks.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
For sure.